Remaining abducted Federal University Dutsamma female students regain freedom. Fire destroyed over 30 shops in Taraba. Resignations rise to 9 as 2 more commissioners quit for virus cabinet. On the foreign scene, funeral held for Al Jazeera journalist killed in Israel strike. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for joining. And now the news in full. The management of the Federal University Dutsamma Futma in Katsina State on Friday said the remaining 4 abducted female students of the university have regained their freedom. The Vice Chancellor of the University, Armayo Hamisu Bichi, who confirmed this to newsmen in Katsina, said the freed female students were among the 5 that were abducted by suspected bandits. They were abducted on October 3rd from their rented apartment behind Mariamu Ajiri Memorial School in Dutsamma. Mitsubishi disclosed that the freed female students will undergo medical checkups before they are handed over to their families. Recall that on October 3rd, 2023, the police confirmed the kidnapping of 5 female students by gunmen suspected to be bandits. And on November 20th, the Katsina Police Command confirmed that one of the female students had escaped from their abductors. While still on security matters, troops of Operation Hadarin-Daji have killed 3 terrorists and also rescued 6 kidnapped victims in Sokoto State. The Nigerian Army disclosed this in a statement on Friday, saying the development followed an onslaught against terrorists. The offensive clearance operation, which took place at Boni Village and Boni Forest, led to a gun duel that lasted for several hours, the army said. The statement said the troops' aggressiveness and firepower superiority forced the terrorists to abandon their hideouts and flee in disarray. It added that 2 AK-47 rifles, 19 magazines, ammunition, 2 den guns, motorcycles, radios, and other items were recovered from the terrorists. In a sad but related development, the district head of Sarkin Kudu town in Ibi local government area of Taraba State, Ala Hakimi, has been killed by bandits. Hakimi was killed after he was reportedly attacked in his palace at Sarkin Kudu town at about 12:30 a.m. on Friday. A resident of the town, Bello Adamu, told Daily Trust that the deceased was the brother of the chief of Sarkin Kudu chiefdom. Adamu said the bandits had launched several attacks across the chiefdom and abducted several residents recently. He noted that attackers escaped into the bush after killing the district head, adding that everyone in the area is living in fear. The state police command is yet to confirm the incident. In the meantime, police in Anambra State have rescued 4 children from the same parents who were abducted from their homes on Friday night. Anambra State Police Command spokesperson DSP Chukwu Ikenga said the children were taken from Enugu Agidi in Injukuka local government area of Anambra State. Speaking on how the children were kidnapped, Ikenga said the mother of the children said the family was watching television at about 10 p.m. when electricity suddenly went out. She and her husband went out to find out what was amiss when they saw 3 gunmen suspected to be herdsmen and fled for their lives. By the time they summoned the courage to return to the house, they discovered that their 4 children who were already asleep had been abducted by the gunmen. Ikenga said security had been beefed up in the area to forestall a recurrence. Meanwhile, the Ogun State Police Command says it has rescued 7 persons abducted by gunmen in Fidwu area of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The police said the victims were rescued on hot after 4 days of combined area. The gunmen, numbering about 9, had attacked travelers along the expressway, abducting 7 of them, killing 1 and injuring others. A victim who refused to give his name for security reasons said the gunmen ambushed them on Monday amid intermittent gunshots. Giving an update on the kidnapping incident, the police public relations officer of Ogun Command, Omulola Odutola, said one of the kidnappers was arrested while all 7 victims were rescued unhurt. Odutola said the kidnappers were forced to release their victims after a 4-day onslaught by the police and other security agencies. And a Saturday morning fire has destroyed more than 30 provision shops in the roadblock area of Jalingo, the capital city of Taraba State. Reports say the exact cause of the fire remains unknown, but some shop owners attributed the incident to black marketers selling cooking gas on the premises, while others pointed fingers at an iron welder. Eyewitnesses said upon the arrival of the fire service approximately 30 minutes after being notified, angry youth confronted and impeded the efforts of the firefighters. This led to the fire service personnel leaving the scene without containing the blaze. The police, according to the residents, later intervened by using tear gas to disperse the agitated youths, creating a safe space for the fire service personnel to return and prevent further escalation of the fire outbreak.
To 10, some black market sellers come to load their fuel to carry it to the village. So on the process of loading it, one of the drum fell down and it landed. So from there, the fire burst out. Yes, we really appreciate the effort of the police, but the fire agencies have not tried a lot at all. Because on their arrival, they didn't tell anybody what is going on. They didn't tell us that they have water or they don't have water. They just come and left without saying anything. So we don't know. But for the police, they have really tried. We tried by inviting commercial water sellers, water tanks. So we made an effort to meet 2 of them. So we called them, and with the effort of the youths, they tried and quenched the fire. Like seriously, like mine, a cash that I lost is about 850,000 naira. That's the one that I know, apart from the goods that I have in the shop. So for my other colleagues, as you can see, some tried, they brought out some goods and others lost it.
We have already come work in the morning. Sometimes small things happen, well, catch fire for here. Then all of us are running. Some run from back, some run from front. Before people come gather. As they gather, some they bring water, bring omo, and by then we call for this fire service. They no come. Before they come, everything have already nearly to finish. Then people, even at last, the police people come, start firing some people, beating some people. So because people come full here, all of them.
Yeah, you see, when situations like that happen, I think there should be emergency response from the fire service unit, on which it wasn't possible here. That was why you have this kind of serious destruction here. You see, it started at a very lighter way, and because of non-presence of fire fighting, personnel, that is why at the end of the day you have these serious destructions here.
Now, the number of resignations in the Rivers State Executive Council has risen to 9 after 2 more commissioners handed in their resignations following 7 of their colleagues out of Governor Simeon Fubare's cabinet. The latest to resign are the Commissioner for Special Projects, Emeka Wuke, and the Commissioner for Environment, Austin Benchoma. While Wuke served as the Chief of Staff to former Governor and current FCT Minister Yesom Wuke, Benchoma served as Commissioner for Urban Development in the immediate past administration. Wuke was also a former local government chairman of Imoha local government area. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has moved all documents and materials used in the November 11 Kogi State governorship election from its headquarters in Lokoja to Abuja. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu was said to have ordered the removal of the election materials from its Lokoja headquarters for security reasons. Electoral materials were transferred in INEC trucks on Friday afternoon from its Lokoja office under heavy security, in line with the directive of the Commission. The materials transferred to Abuja include election results, bibers, and other relevant sensitive documents used in the said election. An INEC official who craved anonymity said the order is to ease the smooth operation of the Kogi State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting. The electoral umpire had earlier relocated the sitting of the State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal to the National Judicial Council Complex, Jabi, Abuja, because of the alleged insecurity situation as its headquarters in Lokoja a few weeks back. In another development, an Islamic scholar in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, Ali Temitope Abdulsalam, has urged governments at all levels to urgently consider the inclusion of Quranic and Arabic studies in the curricula of primary and secondary school across the country. Speaking at a Quranic memorization ceremony, the Islamic teacher suggested that inclusion will favorably contribute to societal uprightness and address the recalcitrant behavior among youth. The report.
This is a gathering of students, Islamic scholars, dignitaries, and leaders of thought who have converged on Nigeria's premier tertiary institution, the University of Ibadan, to give more bite to the promotion of Islamic studies and its memorization. Speakers at the event are advocating the inclusion of Quranic studies in schools' curriculum, helping to promote positive societal values. Some of the speakers are urging parents to pay more attention to the education of their children and ward, as they attribute the moral decadence in society to the breakdown of family values. The stakeholders are charging attendees to promote sound education while urging government to put in place policies that can tackle poverty.
We have to be up and doing. We need a lot of spiritual diets for the children of today, because we have a lot of the tools of shaitan that is all around the student to lead them astray. And that is why we started this institute, so that students, the youth, the Muslim youth will be able to come, memorize the Quran, learn about the teachings of the Quran. Whosoever can live his life with what the Quran has come to teach, and that person will become someone that will be pious and righteous. You can be a doctor, you can be an engineer, you can be a pharmacist, you can be a minister, you can be anything. The moment you live your life by the Quran, it will be easy for everyone around you to feel the impact.
A total of 114 students were presented with certificates having completed the full memorization of the Holy Quran.
Society will become better.
In a boarding school, and memorizing the Quran has been my mom's prayer, but I didn't have it in plan, but Allah has already seen it for me. And coming from the north or to the western part of Nigeria was not an easy decision. I left my parents and everyone. I came here with my sister. It was not easy at all.
Yahoo, taking of drugs, stealing, and all those bad things. So I've come to learn, because in the Quran, they are mentioned in the Quran in plenty places that all these kind of things, they are not good. They are not things that we can do. So when someone memorizes the Quran, you come to understand from the meaning of the Quran, the Holy Quran, you come to understand that. You come to understand that all these kind of things are things you are not supposed to do. And even for me to memorize the Quran, for you doing that kind of thing, you'll be feeling there's a guilt you feel.
Organizers of this event are calling on employers of labor not to discriminate against youths seeking employment based on their religious background.
This is News Update on Trust TV. Coming up ahead. Transporters lament low patronage in Lagos despite approaching Yuletide. Details of that and more after the break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is the News Update on Trust TV. And here is a recap of some of our top stories. Remaining abducted Federal University Dusama female students regain freedom. And fire destroyed over 30 shops in Taraba. Now, to more stories. President Bola Tinubu has facilitated his predecessor Muhammadu Buhari on his 81st birthday, hailing him as an icon of truth and justice, patriotism. Tinubu also described the former president as a true reflection of sacrifice, devotion, patriotism, and fidelity to national cause. In a message of facilitation released on Saturday by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ingilale, President Tinubu extolled the leadership, credentials, and feats of the former president, recalling his meritorious service to the nation at various times as head of state and as president. He described the ex-president as a man of absolute and undiluted integrity, whose yea is yea and nay is nay. Tinubu appreciated former President Buhari for his friendship and vote of confidence shown through his support for the administration, while wishing the elder statesman longevity and strength. President Tinubu assures the former president that the hope of a prosperous, peaceful, and progressive Nigeria, which he has always worked for, will not be dashed. In the meantime, the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) has labeled the World Bank an enemy of the country after the financial institution asked the federal government to stop the subsidy payment on petrol and raise the cost of the product to $7.50 per litre. In a statement, the Congress chairman Joe Ajore criticized the World Bank's lead economist for Nigeria, Alex Sinet, for supporting the unwarranted recommendation during a presentation in Abuja and rejected an increase in petrol prices to 750 naira per litre, while accusing the World Bank of promoting policies that prioritize foreign interest over the well-being of the Nigerian people. The union advised the government to resist foreign influence in economic policies and prioritize the welfare of its citizens. And now, in the face of soaring inflation and increased transportation costs across the nation, Nigerians are gearing up for Christmas and New Year celebrations say their plans for the season have been significantly impacted. In Lagos State, Victoria Tukolo reports that transporters who are grappling with a substantial decline in passenger patronage due to the rise in fuel prices voiced their concerns. Her report is as presented from our studio.
At Ojota Motor Park in Lagos, a good number of commercial vehicles sit idle, awaiting passenger patronage. The substantial increase in fuel prices has profoundly impacted the transportation business nationwide, dissuading many citizens from embarking on the usual festive journeys for Christmas and New Year celebrations. Instead, they have opted to dispatch their goods to loved ones via waybill, choosing not to undertake the journey themselves. Several transporters who decried the situation highlighted the adverse effects of the exorbitant fuel prices on their operations. Christmas and New Year, traditionally peak periods for transporters, has seen a decline in demand. Previously priced at 118 naira per litre, fuel now stands at 600 naira per litre in Lagos. The cost of a trip from Lagos to Ibadan, which once consumed 5,000 naira fuel, has surged to 20,000 naira fuel for a round trip, an indication of the profound economic strain they endure.
The masses have adjusted. They don't travel as usual. You cannot see only few unlike last year or last 2 years. As of now, you will not see any very bus here. There won't be any bus. Everywhere we reach out, you see passengers will be begging them to hold on, we'll be calling vehicle. Where are you? But now, something like that.
Like now, if I'm traveling to Ilorin, last year, my go and come for Ilorin, let's say 16,000 naira fuel, 18,000. But for this year, the money is 55,000 naira for fuel. So any amount we collect this year is fuel.
Reducing of the vehicle in the park, it is the increment in the fuel. You see, we are bought the fuel for 185 naira before. You can see the increment. It's almost times 4. But now we are buying 600 something.
Financial strain has increased the cost of travel from Lagos to Owo from 4,200 naira to 7,200 naira. Similarly, the route from Lagos to Akure, once priced at 3,500 naira, now requires 5,500 naira. Some passengers reacted to the situation.
Lagos to Akure. Before it's about 1,500, but right now it's 5,100 naira, and which you know that maybe by next week it's going to increase more because we are in a festive period.
Everybody, it's not easy anyway. Everybody has complained about the transport. So I advise to the Nigerian government they should find solutions to this so that it's really killing. It's not comfortable for everybody.
Compared to what we used to pay about 2 years ago, I think 2 years ago we used to normally pay 3,100 from Ojota to Jiga. As of today we will be paying 5,200 naira from Ojota to Akure.
It's a fuel issue that makes the transport to be high.
In light of these challenges, transporters appeal to the government to intervene in order to alleviate the sufferings on the masses.
And in business, the African Development Bank, AFDB, says about $90 billion is lost to theft of public resources each year, a loss the body says has prevented Africa from reaching its full potential as a continent. Trust TV correspondent Chamong Debang reports that the AFDB says losses incurred via theft of public resources and illicit financial flows as well as corruption in the continent has exposed Africa to volatile market prices and highly vulnerable supply chains. And now finally, away from Nigeria, Nigeria's ruling military has agreed to terms and conditions of a transition back to civilian rule and will present the plan to a regional bloc, the chief diplomat from mediator Togo announced on Thursday. Speaking on Nigeria's national television, Togo Foreign Minister Robert Dusi said he had reached an agreement on the content and timing of the transition when Nigeria's junta appointed Prime Minister Ali Mohammed Lamine Zen and Foreign Minister Bakariau Sangare. After Nigeria became the latest country in the Sahel to experience a coup with July's ouster of President Mohamed Bazoum, the regional grouping imposed tough sanctions and suspended trade while also floating the option of military intervention. On Sunday, ECOWAS leaders in Abuja said any easing of the punitive measures against Niger was contingent on a short transition period. The bloc also decided that a committee made up of the presidents of Benin, Togo, and Sierra Leone will lead negotiations with the Nigerian military leaders on the commitments to be implemented. Nigeria's military leaders have previously said they want up to 3 years for a transition back to civilian rule. And with that, we have come to the end of the Trust TV News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our media platforms and our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentary. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.